Hey guys, welcome back to Electrical Car Repair Live. Thank you guys for watching and subscribing to the channel. Today will be super helpful video guys to any of you having a Hyundai Santa Fe. Pretty much guys, almost any generation Hyundai Santa Fe. You have engine light on and any of the following codes guys, any of these codes. I'm talking about code P0130, 131, 132, 133, 134 or 135. Any of these 6 codes, if you have it guys, we will explain the top 3 things that can cause that and what to look for. So make sure to stay until the end. We'll demonstrate on a 2.4 GDI 4-cylinder engine, but even if you have a 6-cylinder engine, we'll still explain guys what to look for and what to expect, because there is a little bit of a difference, but not so much. Now, you don't need to remove your engine to do that. We simply guys have it out because we'll be making hundreds of videos that can potentially save you thousands of dollars. And with the engine being out, we can show you clearly where everything is located and how to repair almost anything on it. Another thing guys, if you need to buy any parts or tools for your car, check out the link in the description of the video below guys, so you can see where we get all our tools and parts from for a really good price and quick shipping as well. Also, why we guys make so many videos on every car? We make like 200-300 videos on every single car we take at the shop, because our mission is to save you guys as much money as we can. But all we need guys in return, please subscribe to the channel and like the video. Let's explain how to fix those codes and what can trigger these codes. So right here, this is the engine. We have it out completely with the cooling system, exhaust system, so we can show you how everything functions. Now, if you need a good scanner to scan the codes, many of you ask me in the comment section below to share what we use. That's the one guys. I will put the link in the description of the video below where we got ours from. So it's a Maxicom, it's amazing. Hyundai, okay, it's right here, but it works on almost any car you can think of, and it can pay itself off in one-time use. So on the front side of your engine, you have the intake manifold. Right here you have the fuel rail underneath where it sprays gasoline as well. So the front side of the engine is where the engine gets its air, okay, and fuel, goes in the engine, burns, and comes to the back side on the 4-cylinder engine where the exhaust manifold is located, right here. And if you look on the exhaust manifold guys, you will notice that you have 2 of these sensors. Okay, check it out, 2 of them. So what are those? Those guys are known as oxygen sensors. Now, you have sensor 1, this is known as bank 1 sensor 1, or upstream oxygen sensor, and this one is known as downstream oxygen sensor or bank 1 sensor 2. Some people call them the sensor 2. This one guys, the second one, is installed usually after the catalytic converter, and it detects if the catalytic converter is doing its job. So it's super important, okay. The first one, okay, is even more important. Why? Because it calculates the fuel and air ratio in the exhaust system. It's going to give that information to the engine computer, which will calculate if you have too much fuel or too much air. It's going to adjust the timing, variable timing, ignition, all that stuff. Okay, the spraying of the fuel injector, so it can actually adjust everything to be perfect. And if that sensor goes bad, it's very likely you will get any of these codes. But things to look for guys now. Okay, that sensor sometimes doesn't go bad. It could be something else guys. If you have any of these codes, I will recommend guys, okay, I will recommend to check that the wiring harness is installed here correctly, okay, because if it comes loose it can touch the exhaust and melt. So make sure it's not melted. Number 2, inspect guys, okay, inspect the connector right here. Make sure it's plugged all the way in, make sure it's perfect, because otherwise, okay, if it's not plugged in, it will not communicate. Number 3, it's very likely that you have a bad sensor, and if you want to see how to test upstream oxygen sensor, we have a special video on the channel that will actually explain how to do that, so please check it out if you need help with that. You will need a special socket to remove and replace it, and if you want to see how to remove upstream oxygen sensor on Hyundai Santa Fe, we have the video on the channel, okay, and it's going to teach you how to easily do that. You need to make sure that the exhaust is cold, otherwise it can severely burn you. Now, if you have a V6 engine guys, you have 2 cylinder heads, one towards the windshield of the car, one towards the radiator. The one towards the windshield is usually known as bank 1 or cylinder head number 1, and you will need to check the first oxygen sensor on that cylinder head guys if you have these codes. Hopefully the information will be helpful guys. Thank you for watching and see you guys next time.